Bonnie comes onto the scene, comes into his life, and they're going after the Lord one Sunday night. And they say they received a prophecy. And the prophecy was, because of your praise and adoration tonight that has risen before my throne, I'm going to bless the whole coast of California. And it did something to me. It rang this massively large gong in my heart, because I'm like, there was something about the way they were worshiping. There was something about the purity of where they were at. Just 30, 40 people, unassuming, just running after the Lord. There was no grand anything happening. Just 30, 40 people whose hearts rising before the throne of God, their worship rising before the throne, touch God in such a way. Because of what happened here tonight, I'm going to bless the whole coast of California. And it just did something to me. And all of a sudden I'm like, because Lord, I'm like, what is that pure sound? There was something happening in that moment that was so beautiful to you. What was it? And I don't know what it was, but it's very simple. It was a love song. And all of a sudden I felt like weights just come off my shoulders, because I'm like, it was a love song. Love is the pure sound, God. So worship can be about a lot of other things. Love is the sound that we're supposed to make. It's not complicated. It just really isn't. And ever since then, I'm like, oh, what songs? And I'm like, it doesn't even matter to me. I'm like, oh, I just get to love you. That's all that we need to do. We just get to love the Lord. I know, if you're waiting for an hour for that punchline, that's not necessarily. I get that. But it is. It is. And if it's just not. Gosh, have you ever been with a group of people who just want to love on the Lord? You all. Right now. We would have never been able to have that little moment where we started out without it. And the Lord is purifying His church. Again, love covers a multitude of sins. It's a purifying agent. You don't have to have the most put together life, guys. You don't have to have the pedigree, the spirit. You don't have to anything. What you need in order to have one of the most massive impacts on the qualifier for your ministry, for everything that the Lord wants to do through your life, is this: do you love me? That's the question He's asking the church. Do you love me? You know, Bill is fond of saying fire falls on sacrifice, which is absolutely true. But it doesn't just fall on sacrifice, period. Okay? As Paul says, you can surrender your body to the flames. I don't know of a greater sacrifice than that. Like, if you visualize that, that's hardcore. He's like, that's meaningless if it doesn't flow from love. Love is the thing. And this should be liberating, guys. Because all of us, we're drawn here by love. You know, you're drawn, and man, there's something when you just set your sights, Lord, I just want to love you. I'm here to love you today. This thing that I do, flying to Pennsylvania, is all about getting to come together with a group of people, and we get to love God. We get to love God in this region. We get to love them together. And that's all that you need to do. That's all sometimes, guys, that it takes for a nation. All the things that we long to see revival. It's not like I don't burn for any of that. I burn for all of it. I was born in the East Coast. I'm longing to see a revival on the East Coast. I am. I'm burning for it. You know? I'm burning for it for California. I'm burning for it everywhere. I mean, that's what I long to see. But it's kind of like you don't run after that even.
Yeah, that's right.
And I feel if there's one thing that I feel, we're going to do some ministry, and I'm going to just have my team kind of, come on. These are beautiful guys who travel with me, and they're not just musicians. They're people who love the Lord, and the Lord's, But I feel this. I feel like the Lord is releasing grace to fall in love with Him again.